Hello guys! This week's episode I'm here with Martina Johansson. She is highfatfitness on Instagram and maybe you have seen her. And I'm here in Stockholm today to interview her and talk about her biohacking and ketogenic lifestyle and low carb and high fat lifestyle. So it's an honor to be here with you today. I was thinking how I was supposed to introduce you to the audience, and I was thinking to introduce you as a blogger, video blogger, biohacker and entrepreneur. How do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's really good.
You think it's
Perfect,
good?
yeah.
Okay, good. So she have been written a lot of books, and in the description below I have put up some link to some books we are going to talk about, and she have wrote. So let's dive into the questions.
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the first thing when I'm thinking about you, maybe you don't know this, but the first thing I have the contact with you was through your books, Hormonbibeln and Magstarkt. You can translate it to the Hormonbibel or like Gut Strong or something. Yeah, that was like the two books I first read from you, and you and Sanna Edin was two authors that just hooked me into this like lifestyle and like thinking about health and stuff like that. So I'm very honored to have you on my show today, and I think we're going to get a lot of value from talking to you. So I'm very interested to hear about your like biohacking life, how the like coolest stuff you have experienced with the biohacking. Can you tell us about something cool that you have like experienced with that?
My best biohack is to use a sleep tape, to tape my mouth when I'm sleeping, because I didn't realize this before, but I actually sleep with my mouth open, and that's pretty bad for your health because it causes the heart to work more, and you get like less oxygen. So when I started doing this like a year ago, I really increased my quality of sleep a lot. So that's one of my coolest biohacks. And another one is, of course, to follow a very strict keto diet. But that's just such a huge biohack. It's like a lifestyle.
Yeah. So what's the most dangerous part of that like experience you have done?
I don't know. I don't think I do much dangerous things. I'm a very careful person. I just want to optimize my health. I don't want to do anything to that can like be harmful for myself. So I don't have any chip implants or stuff like that, even though I brand myself as a biohacker. Because I don't know if it's harmful or not.
So you can you say that it's your biggest result, or do you have any other like experience of biohacking that you have got a real big result, or is it that with the mouth tape?
I think the biggest thing is the keto diet. To follow a strict high-fat diet, it really revolutionized my health, because I also suffered from IBS and a lot of other health issues like chronic infections and very poor sleep, poor focus, etc. So it's just an ongoing process, just hacking my own biology.
Yeah, that leads me to my other question is, how did you come into this type of lifestyle? Did you have some history with, as you said, IBS, or do you have something more? And can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I had a lot of issues when I was a student at the university. I was about 25 years old, and I was about to finish my master degree in bioengineering, but I had a lot of like lack of motivation. I couldn't sleep, a lot of anxiety. I was depressed, and it felt like I was like falling apart or something. So I didn't know what to do until a professor at my university told me about the inflammatory effects of specific foods, especially sugar. And at that time, I lived off sugar and caffeine, basically. So that was the root cause for all my like mental and physical problems. And when I slowly started changing my diet to first a low carb vegetarian diet, and then a low carb high fat diet with meat and everything, and then a very strict ketogenic diet, I saw improvement in all the steps, continuous improvements, and I thought that, oh my god, if I can change my health this much with just food, what else is possible? There must be so much more I can do. So that's how it all began.
And how long ago was this?
About 7 or 8 years. Yeah.
Oh. So you have been strict all this time?
Not so much, but I have been increasingly strict. I started off with just trying out low carb. I have been experimenting with the paleo diet, and I have been going back and forth. But since a couple of years now, I have been very strict with the keto diet. Yeah, even though I have been living in China for a couple of years, I have been very strict with my food.
Yeah, you often talk on your blog that you want people to research themselves and like educate themselves. How would you suggest people to do that? Because let's face it, there's a lot of bullshit on the internet, and if you have a question and you kind of know the answer, you can often find your answer that you want. If you Google how you like write your answer or your question on Google, you can get the question you want. So how do you do when you distinguish between like bullshit and something that is good or a good like information to take on? So can you tell us how a person should think and like be thinking about that?
That's a very tricky question, because as you say, it's a lot of bullshit out there, and it's easy to come across like people that give really harmful advice. But then I think it's very impossible to it's impossible
Possible? Maybe.
But then I think it's very important to get to know yourself and to really feel what resonates with you and what can be true for you, because there's a lot of information out there. So just read and be very careful, get to know yourself and try things. Don't be afraid of trying new things, but just see what happens to your body. If something's not working, you can like, okay, it's not working, and then decide that, okay, this has not been working for a very long time, so now I have to change route here. As a science editor, I'm very comfortable with scientific papers and scientific sources. So if I really don't know, I check on Google Scholar, for example, and I check all the papers, what have the scientists published about this area, if I can find any support in the scientific literature. And then I ask myself, like, do I think this is a sound advice, or does it make sense to me? So these two together, like if it makes sense to me and I can find support in the scientific literature, then I go further and try it on myself.
So you have been participating in a lot of fitness competitions. Do you think it's possible to do fitness if you do, do you think it's possible to do fitness and still be healthy?
Yes, I think it's possible, but I think it's very hard to be super healthy and super fitness at the same time, because being in the fitness industry requires a super low body fat percentage, and that's not very healthy to walk around like that, like all year round with maybe 12% body fat. But if you can maintain a low body fat percentage with really nutritious foods, a very high fat diet that allows your hormones to be produced, and like enough cholesterol, etc., then I think it's possible. But most people in the fitness industry have like stressed out adrenals, and they're not very healthy. But I think it's possible, but it's hard. It's very hard. And I wanted to go that way because I was very interested in like optimizing my own physique. I wanted to know if I could look like that, and I wanted to test the keto diet. Can the keto diet take me there. Is it possible?
Was it possible?
Yeah, I think so. I did compete for a few times, 4 times in bikini fitness, and I won one competition, and came second place, third place, and 12th place. So it was
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's cool. And did people have any opinion on how you were eating, or did you discuss that?
I didn't talk about it much because people always have opinions about what you eat. They think it's really crazy to eat like 80% fat if you're trying to have like abs and be super muscular. They think it's like super crazy, and no, you need more protein, you eat too much, you eat too many calories, etc. But so I didn't talk about it much because people will always have opinions about how you eat.
No. You are a very spiritual like person, and you often talk about meditations and stuff like that. Can you like describe for us how it was before you went into this like lifestyle, and how you do your practice? How can a practice look like for you, and how was it before you started this?
Yeah, actually, meditation must be my best biohack. So yeah, that's really cool. I came in contact with it like 2011 or something. My anxiety was very severe at the time. I had a lot of panic attacks, and I also had suicidal depression. So yeah, I didn't feel too good, even though the keto diet and changing my diet from caffeine and sugar to more nutritious food, it helped a lot, but not all the way. I think food can't do everything for you. It's helpful, but somewhere you have to also work on yourself. And when I was feeling the worst, when I was like just a wreck, then something started to change inside me, because I started to feel ridiculous, because I was always low, always sad, depressed, nervous, etc. Until it came a point where I couldn't take myself seriously anymore. And I started to read a lot of spiritual literature. I read Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, etc. And I was very receptive for that kind of message at the time, and meditation and stuff like that just came naturally to me. I felt that it was time to fix myself and to go into myself and see if I could feel better and maybe create a new connection with myself. And at the same time, I started to work on my self-esteem and my self-worth, which was super low. So it all came together. I started to work on myself in a lot of areas, like food, thoughts, meditation, self-esteem, self-worth, and all these pieces together kind of throw me into the spiritual path. Now I'm very strict with my meditation. I meditate for 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. So it's about an hour a day, and I just focus on my breathing. It's very simple. I don't have any super weird or advanced way of meditating. I just sit and close my eyes and focus internally. I focus on my body and try to kind of connect with myself and see if everything's okay with mentally, physically. I really experience that this helps me to stay on track with my goals, and also to be more in tune with my body and to keep my health and stuff like that. So it's very useful.
So Martina, you are very successful in a lot of different areas in your life, and let's face it, we all have struggles and we all like deal with stuff, but you have built an incredible community with supportive people and stuff. But if you would nail out some struggles or stuff that you have been doing, can you tell us about that? And can you also tell us about something you are very proud of succeeding, and how you mastered that?
The struggles was when I finished my degree. and I started to work as a scientist. It just didn't work out for me. It was boring and I didn't fit in any workplace. It was very hard to get a job. I felt very worthless, and I felt like, okay, but I have this nice fancy degree, and it felt like no one wanted to hire me, and it felt like, okay, so this is it. I don't want my life to be like this. So that was like a very low point in my life. And when I started to blog and write and connect with people, that was like very, it made me feel a lot better, and I felt like I could contribute and reach out and connect. And with social phobia and stuff that I suffered from before, it was really hard for me to connect with other people. So via my blog and social media, I felt that I could meet people and not have to meet them face to face, because that was still too scary for me. But the more I reached out and the more I connected and the more I wrote, I felt better and better, and I started to write for a lot of magazines, Swedish magazines, and I started to write books. And now recently I just finished my first English book, the Keto guidebook. So that's really the highest point so far. It's really cool it's out in US and Canada, and also worldwide on Amazon. So yeah, that's really nice.
Then I suppose you had some ideas that maybe didn't go as you were planning. So to have you had some like strategies, or like do you know where to stop a project, or like, okay, this isn't going to work, I take a new path, or yeah, have you had something like that?
I'm very, very stubborn, and I don't take no for an answer. So if I try to get a book published, I can email like hundreds of publishers until I get a yes. So if people just keep rejecting me, I don't know when to give up. I'm stubborn in a very stupid way, so I never give up. I just keep going, keep asking, keep doing. So yeah, sometimes I would need a person to tell me like, no, okay, give up. This project is not good. Just stop doing it.
So I have some 5 facts, like 5 fast for you that you just answer. Okay, so Stockholm or Göteborg?
Stockholm.
Mac or PC?
PC.
Books or podcasts?
Books.
YouTube or movies?
YouTube.
Party night out or home alone evening?
Home alone evening, for sure. For sure.
So is it something we have like I have missed to take up that you really want to talk about, or like give some advice on, or something?
No, I think we covered almost everything. So yeah, I'm very satisfied with the interview.
So I want to end to say thank you for taking me here and inviting me to your place here in Stockholm, and I say thank you to you guys that you wanted to listen to this. And I want to ask you first, where can people find more about you, and do you have any like projects that you are into now? I know you have a book, so I will let over to you and let you tell us about that.
So first of all, I just want to show you guys my book, the Keto Guidebook. It's being released on Tuesday, 6th of June in US and Canada, but it's available on Amazon as well. And yeah, so this is the latest project. And otherwise you can find me on my Swedish blog, martinajohansson.se, my international blog, highfatfitness.com. I make video blogs in Swedish and English, and I'm very active on Instagram, highfatfitness.
So thank you for watching today. This was really cool that I could be here and interview you, Martina. And in the description below, all the links and everything, of course, is put up for you guys, so you can go in and watch. Also hit the like button below if you liked the video and if it brought you some value. Share it with a friend if you think they would have some benefits from it. And Also make sure that you hit the subscribe button so I can send you some good vibes, and in the end I have the video for Martina's channel, so you can go into her channel and watch her videos too. So to the next week, take care, and I will see you in the next video. Yeah, bye!